Hi. So you probably like seen my other fucking videos and like either like my bullshit channel where I just like roll and fucking talk about shit, even though I'm rolling right now also. Like I'm just, it's cause I was doing a previous video before, but like fuck anything else I'm saying. But like, I just want to make this video about fucking perception, you know? It's a really powerful thing, and like it can actually change your fucking life and how you view everything. This kind of the simple things in life kind of can get misconstrued just by the way you think of it, you know? So yeah, it's more of like a half glass full type of thing, but like it's kind of so generic to say stuff like that. It's kind of easier to say it than it's done, but like being realistic and understanding everything is just that if you don't change your perception, then what? Torture yourself? Like wallow in the suffering of what you could have and wanted to do but you couldn't? Or wallow in how life is or how stuff played out? That literally does nothing for you. Like, your best bet is to change your perception on how shit is happening to you. Two people can be in the exact same predicament, but one can be happier than the other just due to how they're thinking of it. And that's not to say that, you know, your thoughts can't get to you and, you know, I mean, everyone gets sad. You know, like everyone gets sad, everyone has their thoughts, everyone goes through their days. But once you pass your day of sadness, once you pass your time of thinking your thoughts, like what next? Like what next? Do you wallow and sit there and be like, oh well, this is how life is? Or can you sit there and be like, this is a challenge, I'm gonna beat it, and I'm gonna be a stronger person after I beat that shit? Because that second way, even if you fucking lose again, my nigga, like you could literally see it as, damn, maybe I didn't get it this time, but I'm gonna figure it out. Because if you let it fold, it only gets worse. Like if you fold on yourself and you fall into a pit of, oh, this is never gonna change and life is just gonna be like this, and oh, my life is so bad. Your best way to thinking of it is, it could be fucking worse, which it can. Like sometimes we get so caught up in what the fuck is going on that we forget that like there is worse. And when I say this, people think that, you know, you're downplaying what you're going through, but you're not. I'm not downplaying what you're going through. I'm not saying what you're going through doesn't hurt, my nigga. Like, obviously it fucking hurts because you're in your fucking feelings. Yes, it hurts. But the type of way you use what you're mad about to do something that could actually change it instead of not doing anything about it and sitting in sadness, that could make a huge fucking difference. You could sit there and use the same shit that is bothering you and the same thought that is upsetting you and either use it as fuel or literally forget about it. Time is fucking short. We sleep for a third of our fucking life. We work for more than that. We only have so much of it. Like, and would you really want to sit there and think about when you do fucking go by that your whole life was just you being sad about shit the whole entire time? Like, you could have been broke, but still happy about even getting to enjoy a walk on the beach, my nigga. Like, you can walk. You're able to go to the beach. There's niggas that are in jail, not able to go to a fucking beach, my nigga. Like, I'm not saying the beach is the end all say all to happiness either, my nigga, but you understand my point. It's the simple things sometimes that like we forget. Like the perception of even like getting rich sometimes can get misconstrued, but us as humans, we love shit for so little that everything turns into something so basic. Like, it's kind of like on Christmas Day, you know, like you're so excited for what the fuck you just got, and most people after they get their shit, they're neglecting it. Like you get a, like you, for, okay, take it for example, you know, you get a new toy or whatever, you get a new fucking iPhone, you get a new iPad, whatever. Bro, those first couple weeks, my nigga, you are literally treasuring that shit. Like, you're fucking, oh, make sure you don't lay it on the face. Oh, make sure you do. I'm not gonna eat. You know, you do all these shits. You make sure you clean it off right. You make sure you don't drop the shit. You make sure you don't fucking eat around it and shit. You make sure like shit is happening. You know, like you're more preventative. And then you don't give a fuck about it. Honestly, eventually, like it gets to a point where honestly you can't even wrap your head around the simple fact that like the same shit that you would be so excited for on Christmas Day, like now you're looking at. And I keep on using phones because it's the easiest thing because everyone has it and everyone fucking like that's the one like one of the biggest things that most people want is a new fucking phone, like, you know, and that's like a common thing. Everyone has a fucking phone, whatever. It's crazy to think that December 25th comes around, you get that new phone. Oh my god, it's so exciting! A year later, that shit is junk to you. A year later, it doesn't work. It's not even that good. Blah blah blah. You need the new one. Is that not mind blowing? Like, it's not mind-blowing that like our mind can turn something that we valued as like treasure and we valued as like something that's so good and like we like it's so fulfilling to not enough, to I need a newer one, this one's not good enough, or like, you know, it's stuff like that. And that's just the phone as the example. It's everything else, bro. When people get cars, nigga, they get bored. They get bored. Like, you could only sit down and feel that car so many times. Like, you get bored. Like, us naturally as humans, we get fucking bored. And I can't even imagine. Like, imagine like a kid wanting a fucking console. My nigga, like, he wanted that console. He wanted that shit. He wanted it. My nigga, like, sometimes he still gets bored, you know? Like, he still gets bored of it. You know, I'm not saying that they get the shit and they're not enjoying it as much anymore, but it's just that fulfillment isn't there as much. Like we get fulfilled so shortly that we forget about it completely. Like I used to think about it all the time when I was like, oh, like I want to make so much money. But like then I sat there and I thought about it and I was like, damn, like once I do have it and I'm like looking at it, like your mind is gonna sit there flipping and be like, it's just an object now. Like like your mind wanted it so bad, but now like it's just an object. Like it's just crazy to think, you know. Watches, jewelry, everything gets neglected eventually. Like we have no real understanding of like what we truly desire. Like we want instant gratification and shit like that. You know, fucking the buzzwords and shit. Either way. That being said, talking about that was just the perception of people saying that like they need these things. Not saying money doesn't help. Not saying any of those things at all, but your perception of what your life is now, you could literally sit there and be like, I'm fucking struggling, life sucks, blah, blah, blah. Or it could be, right now I'm fucking struggling. Right now I need to do something. Right now I can make a change. And if I don't do anything to change it, it's going to be like this forever. Or if it does do something and that didn't change, at least I fucking tried. Instead of sitting there regretting your whole life and be like, oh man, life was sucked. Life sucked now, life sucked later, and life's going to suck forever. Like, that's a terrible way to look at shit. Like, and that's a terrible way to look through life. Like, there's a bigger way, there's a bigger outcome. And for anyone that says that you can't change your perception, you can't. It just takes work, you know? Like, our mind is a powerful thing, yes. And like, our mind getting put to something that we want to fucking do and want to fucking change is even more fucking powerful, my nigga. Like, that's a mind with purpose. And a mind with purpose, and a mind that is just sitting there floating with thoughts and sitting there in sorrow and sulking the whole entire time, that gets you absolutely nowhere in life. You will never get anywhere in life. You will sit there and bring yourself down for absolutely no reason. And hard truth, no one cares. You have to move forward. You have to think of shit positively. And you got to think of shit like it's a stepping stone, my nigga. Like, shit gets better. And the thing is, I think also people have the issue of remembering the little shit before that they worried about. Because, you know, there's always going to be problems in your life. Like, when you get money and you go into different situations, not even only when you get money, when you just grow up in life, my nigga, different situations happen. There's different problems. There's different problems that come with new jobs. There's different problems that come with kids. There's different problems that come with marriages. There's different problems that come with traveling. There's different problems that come with taxes, insurance, fucking bills, fucking credit, my nigga. Like, there's so many different problems that come along with life. And if you sit there and you just want to wallow and sulk the whole entire time life sucks, you are going to hate it. Like, and we're all in the same place. We're all in the same place, and there's probably someone in the same situation that you're in, not as sad as you. And that's taking a lot because they're making their life easier. Why would you want to go through life harder? Like, struggling harder, thinking through life negatively, when you could be positively thinking and positively trying to change the problems that you do have. Instead of sitting there and be like, oh, well, these are the problems I have. Nothing's gonna ever change and there's nothing I can do about it. There is always something. Like, there's always something. Like, either way, your perception is key. Your perception will make you rich. Your perception is what gives you a happy life. You don't even have to be rich to be happy. When I even say be rich, it doesn't have to be monetary, bro. People are rich in life, bro. There's people that love life way more than you. Like, there's people that love life, that are walking around smiling. And there's some that are probably just as happy as you, or you're more happy than them. You should be happy, bro. The point of even walking around through life being sad is pointless. There is no point. Like, the point of walking around being mad about life, there's no point. There's none. Like, imagine you're like, all right, you're about to go take this trip. Now, it's gonna be a 7-hour trip. It's either you can sit there in silence on this whole trip, or you could play a fucking movie or a fucking show. Like, yeah, you gotta endure it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta endure the trip, my nigga, but like, one at least is like less of a hassle, you know, less draining, you know, like less of you risking you falling asleep and fucking veering off the road type shit, you know? Like, cause life is a fucking journey, bro. Life is a journey and we're all fucking traveling. We don't know where the fuck we're going. And no matter how old I talk to people, like, they don't know where the fuck they're going. Like, even when it like looks like they have it all settled and all figured out, they don't fucking know. And so, that being said, that's my final point. I'm just saying, be happy, bro. Change your perspective. Don't let shit affect you so much. Stop letting people affect you so much. Shit's gonna change if you think it's gonna change. If you put your mind to thinking that shit can get better, it is possible. Not to say that you could just sit there and be like, oh, the shit's gonna get better and then never do anything. You gotta obviously do something. But when you sit there and just be like, oh, nothing's ever gonna change, you never have the motivation to even try to make shit change. Like, when you have a positive outlook on like, oh, this is a stepping stone, I need to do something to hurdle this motherfucker. This is an obstacle, I need to hurdle this bitch. The motivation comes in with the positive perception because you actually believe that you can achieve it. You actually believe that you can overcome it. Now the sulking, the sadness, you sit there and be like, no matter what I do, shit's gonna be here. Nothing's gonna change. And that gets you fucking nowhere. Fucking nowhere, but just in more sadness. Change your perspective. Live your life happily.
Throw that ass back right now, baby, like it shall be that. Yeah, that man right now. Look.